Hello my readers, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to meet Matilda the bee and learn all about living in a beehive. So let's get to it, shall we? This story is called Diary of a Bee. Spring in the meadow. In a sunlit meadow near a forest, there is a beehive. It's humming and buzzing with busy little bees flying off and returning from their journeys for water, pollen, and sweet nectar from flowers. Would you like to take a look inside their kingdom? Come on then, tread softly, and let's quietly observe what's happening in the hive. Just born. Hi, I'm Matilda. Oh, how I enjoyed being a wee little larva. The bees fed me, and I just lay there in my cell, eating and sleeping for days on end. After that, they sealed the cell, and I turned into a pre-pupa, and later a pupa. After that, I slowly became a bee. Egg, larva, bigger larva, pre-pupa, pupa. It only took 21 days for me to be born. Welcome to our hive. This is our hive. It's so beautiful, and it smells just wonderful. Want to take a look around? Our hive consists of wax honeycomb made up of cells shaped like six-sided hexagons. We ordinary workers develop in the smallest cells, while drones have larger ones. The royal chamber, the cell of the queen bee, looks completely different. It's only proper that the queen has a grander chamber, as befits her status. Worker cell, drone cell, queen cell. Me with Mother and Thomas. This is me next to the queen, my mother. A drone named Thomas is also here. He was born on the same day as me. Drones are boy bees. It takes them 24 days to develop in their cells, whereas queens emerge in only 16 days. Day 1 in the hive. Let me tell you, after I hatched, I was quite the mess. Very weak and confused. However, the older bees rushed to my aid at once and fed me sweet honey and pollen, which boosted my strength. I love cleaning. Day 2 in the hive. After I was up and about, there was no time to waste. As a worker bee, part of my job is to clean, so I started tidying up the cells. I make them nice and clean to prepare them for new eggs. Day 3 in the hive. Hooray! Today I got a new job. I'm a feeder. I can now feed myself honey and pollen, and what's more, I can make honey in my honey sac, so now I can feed others. I also love feeding. Day 4 in the hive. I feed and do nothing but feed. I have only a few seconds for each larva. Why, oh why wasn't I born a drone? How is it that Thomas does nothing? Apparently, he needs to rest before he flies off on his wedding flight. It was also nice to take a peek outside for the first time today. Day 6 in the hive. I feed others all day long, and I also pack pollen brought by forager bees into the wax cells. I then add a special goo from my body that makes the pollen start to ferment, meaning it's preserved to last a long time. In the afternoon, I looked outside for the second time. There is nothing so lovely as a sunlit meadow. The world is so shiny and fragrant, I can't wait to go out. Day 7 in the hive. I can now make the special milk that is best for feeding newly hatched bees, drones, and even the queen herself. I'm now a nurse bee. I feed my mother today. She's laying eggs and needs to eat a lot. Here it comes! Day 8 in the hive. Today I celebrated the 8th day of my life. I'm no longer on nursing duty, as I have a new task. I wait by the entrance to the hive and take the nectar brought by the forager bees. I then store it in the honeycomb and seal the cells when they're full. I talk a lot with everyone, including Thomas. It's only 6 days before his wedding flight. A little more wax and the new chamber is done. Day 12 in the hive. As of today, my body is able to produce wax, so I'm helping to build new cells. I'm a builder. I heard that the wedding flight of the young queen and the drones is only 2 days away. That's why Thomas is strutting proudly around the hive with his nose in the air. Day 14 in the hive. The big day has arrived. It's the day of the wedding flight. Thomas is the youngest of the drones and only 14 days old, which is the minimum age to take part. They say that those drones who succeed in mating with the queen will not return to the hive. Having fulfilled their task, they will die. The others will fly back to us. I sure do hope Thomas comes back. I like him. Day 15 in the hive. Hooray! Thomas is back. I'm so happy, but he doesn't want to talk. He's disappointed because he couldn't finish his task. Meanwhile, there was a crack in the hive that I had to fill. I must say, I made a fine job of it. I think I have a great talent as a builder. We'll protect you. Day 18 in the hive. Today I am exactly 18 days old. I got a big honey cake with 18 candles on it. I've been so looking forward to it. From now on, I'm going to stand guard to make sure the hive is protected. Day 19 in the hive. Oh, what a day I've had. A hungry bee broke into the hive and tried to help himself to our supplies. I fought bravely with the burglar and chased him away. I really did myself proud as a guard. Day 21 in the hive. It's a sad day for all of us. One of the oldest bees in our hive died. Her wings were completely worn out from all the flying she'd done in her life. To pay our last respects, we carried her out of the hive and returned her to nature. Day 22 in the hive. I'm now no longer a youngster, so I'm starting my duties as a forager bee. I'll be flying missions outside the hive. I'm looking forward to meadows and blue skies. But many foragers never return from their journeys. They get swallowed by birds or trampled by humans. It's a dangerous business being a forager. Day 22 in the hive. Later that night. I'm tired and my wings are aching, but it was well worth it. I flew out of the hive and back 6 times. Fortunately, I didn't have to fly very far, as the scout bee had told us that there was a cherry tree in blossom only 1 mile away. I immediately fell in love with cherry blossoms. After I've pollinated the whole tree, I'm going to find another cherry tree. We bees stay loyal to the species of plants we choose. Follow me, girls. I've found a cherry tree in full bloom. What's that? The tree's not far from here? Great. Our bee language. This is how we bees talk to each other. By dancing. When we turn in a circle, it means there's a source of food nearby. When we do a figure-8 dance, we're talking about where the food is and how long it takes to fly there. Day 23 in the hive. I love all the many colors of flowers. They're amazing. We bees only see shades of blue, violet, and ultraviolet. Catherine, a wise elderly bee who remembers a lot, once told us that humans can see other colors too. Yellows, greens, reds, oranges, and who knows what else. I can't imagine it. Day 24 in the hive. Once again, I flew 6 times and collected 24 million grains of pollen. Our mother, the queen, told me I'm one of our most hard-working bees. Whew, these are heavy. Day 25 in the hive. Thomas is getting more bored with every day that goes by. He has no work to do. He just lazes around the hive being fed honey. He's no fun anymore. But at least he helps to warm the hive when it's cold, and on warmer days, he also helps cool it with his wings. Shh! Don't disturb her. She's still sleeping. Day 26 in the hive. Our hive is getting to be a bit cramped. There's a new queen developing in the queen cell, so our old queen and her retinue of workers and scouts are going to swarm and start a new colony. That's why they spend all day taking honey from the honeycombs and filling their honey sacs. They need supplies. One thing is for sure, I'm going to miss my mother. Day 31 in the hive. There's plenty of space here in the hive again, and a new queen too. Having only recently hatched, she's still young, but she's also clever and kind, just like our former queen. Our new queen. Day 35 in the hive. I love how excited the young forager bees are about the world. They're just like I used to be. It aches my wings to think about the amount of water, pollen, and nectar I've gathered. At one time, I would spend 2 whole hours outside. Today, I'm glad to be back after a few minutes. Oh well, I have my 155th flight ahead of me. I'll give my wings a little massage, and then off I go. Thomas here, bidding you farewell. Day 37 in the hive. I'm afraid our Matilda is no longer with us in the hive. 2 days ago, she flew off to forage and never came back. Such is life. That's just the way it goes with us bees. Don't be sad though, kids. There are plenty of new young Matildas swarming around me, and since autumn has arrived, we old drones have to make space for them. It's winter. Shh! The bees are sleeping. And spring again. After each winter, spring is sure to follow, and in spring the beehives come to life again. They bustle with activity to the sounds of buzzing and humming. Once again, new workers and drones are born in every hive, just like in ours. Why don't you take a look? Matilda and Thomas are already impatiently beckoning. Hey there, I'm Matilda, and this is my friend Thomas. Look how beautiful the world is. Aw, that story was a little sad, but I guess bees don't live very long. Well, let's try to find a happier story, and I'll see you in another one.